Hey guys, it's Kristen. Welcome back to my channel. This week I decided to film a week in my life vlog as a pelvic health physical therapist and a business owner. I actually don't treat patients on Mondays, so I am starting this vlog on a Monday. It is Monday, November 17th. It is about 11 a.m. and I've had a pretty productive morning so far. I just had my therapy appointment. I had a 10 a.m. appointment. Just logged off the call literally right now. Have my little journal with me. If you are in therapy, I highly recommend keeping a journal. I used to not do this, but it's just so helpful throughout the week to jot down things that come up, happen, that I want to talk about. I only see my therapist once a month, so sometimes it's like these things happen and then it's really easy to forget about it. So I've been journaling and that's really helped to guide our appointments, and we just had a really great session together and I'm feeling really good going into this next week. I also made some sourdough this morning. My first loaf just finished and unfortunately it does not look good. I will show you guys, but I was attempting to do a pumpkin. I've made this once before and it turned out really well, so I thought I would make another one because I wanted to give it to my boss because she's just made this transition into my new job so amazing and she's done so much for me, so I wanted to give her a little something for appreciation, but unfortunately it looks horrible. So I have a second loaf that I'm about to put in the oven now that I'm hoping, fingers crossed, will turn out well. It's just going to be a standard loaf. I'm not going to try to do the pumpkin, so hopefully it'll be pretty good and then I can give that to her. Aside from that, today, the only other thing I have on the schedule is at 1:30. I am meeting another physical therapist locally just to kind of network and introduce myself. That should only be for about 30 minutes or so, and then I have a couple other miscellaneous little things going on today.
You're supposed to be puppy girl. I love you.
Look how sad the pumpkin came out. Really the biggest issue is right here, this little thing kind of puffed up, and also right here, which I do not know why that happened because last time it came out perfect. And I will put a little cinnamon stick in the center. That's what kind of makes the stem of the pumpkin, but you can kind of see what we were going for. So I'm not going to give this one to my boss. I'll just keep it for myself. It will still taste yummy. You can tell it came out pretty well in terms of like the rise and the little sourdough bubblies that are going on here. Okay, so we are in the kitchen attempting loaf number 2. First thing you need, parchment paper, super important. What I always do is I crumple it up so it's a little bit easier to work with. And then after that, I lay it out on the countertop. And let's get the second Banneton out of the fridge. So here she is. I prepared her last night, kept it in the fridge overnight. I will leave the recipe that I use down below. This is by far the best sourdough recipe that I found. I feel it's really easy and simple, and a lot of recipes take like 3 days. This one really only takes a day start to finish, so highly recommend. I've been making sourdough for about 6 months now. I actually got started because a sweet little patient gave me some of her starter as a last day of physical therapy gift, which is the sweetest thing that patient has ever done for me ever. And now I'm addicted to making sourdough and I have gifted my starter to many people. So it's just like the gift that keeps on giving because you can give it to other people, obviously. So now what we do is we put the parchment paper on the bowl like so, and then I'm going to flip it over on the countertop. That's always the scariest part. Now we lift the towel and the bowl off of the loaf. Oh my gosh, it looks so good! Nice little loaf here. I used to have the issue with my loaves where they would be too wet that you couldn't score it, but this one actually looks really good. So the next thing that I do is I take my little flour sprinkler thing and then I sprinkle just a little bit of flour on top of the loaf. Not too much because you obviously don't want too much flour, but just enough that it gives it like this nice little like artsy sort of look. sourdough to finish, I wanted to show you guys a couple of pieces that were sent to me by the brand G for free. You can find them on Amazon, and they have really cute, comfy activewear, athleisure pieces, which are perfect if you are a physical therapist or just honestly anyone who likes activewear and athleisure. I think that's all of us. So I wanted to show you guys the items that they sent me. They are having an additional 30% off for Black Friday, and their prices are already super affordable, like literally $30–40. So let's show you guys some of the pieces. First up is what I'm wearing right now. So this black sweatshirt, which is just a very basic kind of cropped black hoodie, and it has a cute hood. Honestly, it's a hoodie, but the quality of this material, you guys, is so buttery soft. It really reminds me of like Lululemon Align sort of material. I feel like you can tell when I show it really close, but it's kind of this like stretchy athleisure material, and I already have been wearing this so much. I just got it last week and I've been wearing it like most of the days. Top sweatpants. The sweatpants are super comfy, just kind of fleece jogger sweatpants, and they're perfect for just kind of like lounging around the house. Next two pieces are pants that I definitely see myself wearing to work. They can definitely be a little bit more dressed up, which for my job I kind of do like a mix of business casual and athleisure, so they're absolutely perfect. The first pair, the material is similar to this kind of sweatshirt buttery soft material. They're this nice gray color. They have pockets in the front, they have pockets in the back, and they kind of go down and they flare a little bit at the bottom. So honestly, like a mix between yoga pants and joggers, but again, I will try them on in a second so you guys can see. And so affordable, like literally $30–40, and that's before the discount. So please check out their Black Friday sale. I will definitely be buying a couple more pieces from them. And then the other pair is similar to what I just showed, but they're in black, of course, because black is the best pant color, because then you can wear pretty much any top. So let's try these on and I'll show you guys how I styled them for work. Okay, so here are the black pants. I love them. They're so comfortable. It literally feels like I'm wearing leggings to work. They're super high-waisted, so they come up pretty high here. Would definitely be cute with more of like a cropped shirt or a cropped sweatshirt even for like a day off. And there's pockets, which obviously is the best. And I love how at the bottom they kind of flare out a little bit. I just think they're very flattering and they're super cute. And they're also super movable. Like if you need to kneel down, if you need to show kind of some stretching, you're not limited at all. You can definitely do like a full deep squat in them, because again, they're more of like a yoga pant material. These ones are a little bit more fitted. They don't have quite the same flare at the bottom as the black pair. So with this, I would style probably more of an oversized sweater or a looser top. But again, very easy to move in and perfect if you are a physical therapist. So thank you G4Free for sending me items. This is not sponsored. I just really love these items, and if you're a PT, you should definitely check them out. I will have everything linked down below if you're interested. Let's get on with it. Also, I did start decorating for Christmas. I want to show you guys. So first, I of course had to put a cozy little fire on the TV, and here's the new tree we got. We got it from Target. It was on sale for like $100. I definitely still need to fluff up a few parts, like that looks a little bare to me, but overall I really like it. 7.5 feet, so it almost touches the ceiling, and we still need to get out our tree skirt. I believe it's in the attic, but this came in and it was sitting in the box, so I was like, you know, might as well put it up. She turned out so perfect. I'm so excited. This is definitely the one that I'm going to give to my boss. I just have to let it cool for about an hour, and then I will package it up and drive it over to her. This is such a random vlog. I feel like I'm doing such random things today. Right now I'm sitting on the floor, and I just printed out a Georgia G. If you didn't know, that is where I went to college, the University of Georgia, and this weekend is the Philly Marathon. I live in Philly right now, which is also where I'm from. I kind of went to Georgia randomly because I got a scholarship, but that's besides the point. 3 of my best friends from college are coming in town this weekend. They're running the marathon and they're staying with me, so I want to make them a sign to cheer them on. So yesterday I bought markers and I bought this poster board. So I'm going to try to make the sign now because they're coming in Friday, so I don't really know when else I'll have time to do this. I think I'm going to make it now, so the rest of the week I can just focus on like cleaning the house and getting ready to host them. But I think I'm going to cut out this G, and my plan is to do like maybe in the center, go, and then their names, and then I'm going to print out their faces and put it on it. So let's see how that goes. I'm not very artsy, so hopefully it turns out pretty well. Pretty happy with how it turned out. I think I need to adjust the O a little bit, maybe make it a little bit thicker, but that is good enough for now. Good morning, guys. It is Tuesday. It's about 8:30 and I just got to work. I actually don't have a patient until 11, so in the meantime what I plan to do is, one, prepare for my patients that I do have today. I always open a OneNote tab on my laptop and kind of make a rough game plan of what I'm going to do with each patient. Obviously that can change depending upon what they're telling me when they come in, but I like to just have a general idea of what I want to do with everyone. Since I do have 2 hours, I also have time to film a few TikToks, so I'm going to do that. And also I wanted to show you guys, I bought an oil diffuser for my room, and it also is kind of like a lamp, so I'm going to go ahead and set this up as well so it smells nice in here and it's just like very cozy. Wearing the black pants that I showed yesterday, the high-waisted ones with this crop sweater, so I'm nice and cozy and comfy for my day of patients. Hey guys, I just got home from work. I'm here with Teddy and Poppy. Poppy's on the couch and Ted's right here. They always do this first thing when I get home from work. But work went good today. A lot of my patients were postpartum, which honestly I think that's my favorite population to treat. Birth is like the ultimate injury, and just having the privilege of seeing people postpartum and helping get them back to what they were doing before pregnancy, or sometimes even like activities they were not doing before pregnancy, guiding them through that process is really awesome. I also met with a doctor today in the area who is like a sports med, internal med physician, so met with her as kind of a marketing thing, and now I'm home. Typically Tuesday nights I go to Pilates, but it is currently ice storming / sleeting outside, so I really don't feel like leaving. So I think I'm just going to Peloton. Austin, my husband, Austin, and I got a Peloton a couple months ago, and I've been trying to do it a couple times a week. So before I do that, I'm just going to do a little bit of stretching, and Teddy got his bone out, so he's going to have to move that when I start stretching. But what I was going to say is, before Peloton, I always do a little bit of stretching, and I try to activate my hamstrings a little bit, because if not, I feel like they just don't want to kick in during the ride, so I do a little bit of foam roller work too, which I'll show you guys.